Hey everyone, so before I go into today's video, can I just rant about the new YouTube update and how it's completely sucks? Like, the fact that you have to create a Google Plus account just to comment and to access your original YouTube account is just complete BS. Like, that only means less views and less comments for YouTubers, which is just like, why? Ever since Google bought out YouTube, like, it just went downhill in my opinion. But anyways, I don't really want to get into that. As you can tell with the title, I'm going to be talking about, is the Mario Kart Wii community dead? And I'm going to be explaining my opinions on the subject because I've seen a lot of comments and people asking, like, what happened to the community? Like, why did it just kind of randomly die and become so inactive? Well, first off, the game is 5 years old, and it'll be like, what, 6 in April, I think? And kind of after playing the same game for multiple years, you tend to get bored of it. I don't know if any of you have played competitive games before. If you have, you know that you kind of have, you play one game for a couple years until the sequel comes out, or you move on to something different. It's different for other games like Call of Duty because there's a new game every year, so the competitive scene doesn't really get too dull. But with Mario Kart, the game is 5 years old. This game was definitely, in my opinion, was one of the best Wii games, if not the best. It also competes with Smash Bros. And some other stuff like that, Super Mario Galaxy. But as for like multiplayer, Smash Bros. And Mario Kart were my favorites on the Wii. Mario Kart Wii is for sure one of the top Nintendo games, or one of the top competitive Nintendo games of all time. So second, I've seen some questions about kind of what happened to the community. It seemed to be doing just fine earlier this year. A lot of the more veteran clans died between early 2013 and anywhere within the summer. That kind of resulted in a lot of vet players retiring from Mario Kart just because this clan that they've been in for so long dies and they really have no more ambition to play the game. Just because it would be so much different joining like a new clan filled with a bunch of new people and stuff like that. And then around the end of July, I think it was, and then there was a new game introduced to a lot of the more vet players, which is known as League of Legends. And once that game entered the community, a lot of people switched over to it because of how tiring Mario Kart has gotten, and they just wanted something fresh. And that resulted in a lot of the veteran clans and players leaving the scene. I remember joining HA, which is basically a Meteor Revival, and that clan was like warring multiple times each day, like 4 or 5 plus times. And then once a couple of people downloaded League of Legends and then told others to get it and play it, that's like literally all they did, and that clan died about a week or two later after like not warring at all. So as you can see, League of Legends kind of killed the community in a way. It was more so just people wanting to find a new competitive game to play. Another reason was the hack accusations that were being thrown at each other left and right after each war. It's really no secret that there are or were several hackers in the community. People would be calling hacks on anyone who basically performed well during the war, or anyone who got lucky at a certain point. A lot of people just tend to forget that Mario Kart is like an 80% luck-based game. Also, people tend to forget that you can get really lucky at times and just be like, wow, did I just hack there or what? And a lot of that just ended in a huge flame war. And then the losing team would not end up counting the loss, and then there'd be drama on the clan threads and all that jazz. Personally, I've been called hacks on quite a few times, with the other team providing no proof whatsoever. And stuff like that just kind of kills the fun in warring and playing the game. Like, okay, I'm going to play this game, and if I do well, I'm a hacker. I don't understand. And also with school starting up again, that obviously causes inactivity as well. The current state of the community is a lot of players who still play the game actively are newer people who just entered the scene within 2013, 2012, and pretty much all of the clans are newly created. Obviously, there are still older clans and older players who still play the game on a regular basis, but I'm just trying to give a general outlook on the whole thing. And as for the Japanese community, I really don't know too much on that. Last I heard, it was slowing down a bit, but was still doing pretty well. So with that being said, I really do have high hopes for Mario Kart 8, which I will be making in another video for later on, talking about my predictions and what it needs to have to be as successful as Mario Kart Wii, and if the community will be coming back for that game. As for me, I don't really play too much Mario Kart anymore, I just got kind of bored of it, and I got back into competitive Call of Duty and Pokemon, which I've been enjoying quite a bit recently. But who knows, I could start playing Mario Kart actively again. That's just how I am. I just randomly switch between games all the time. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll see you all later. Peace.